Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's TV Reality Cast. And Chris, we said we weren't going to do daily, but here we are again. We fucking love this show, don't we? So
Yep.
We can't help ourselves. Where would you like to start today, sir?
Well, I think we'll start where the last episode finished. We're talking about Brad, Chloe, and Faye, this non-fucking fake triangle that we've seen ourselves come into, Dave. And I think for me, the more this goes on, I'm just not liking Faye as a person, Dave. I'm really not. I just think she's fake. I'm going to talk about something she does later on. It's all game playing. As you said, absolutely on the money, bruised ego. But I don't think Chloe's a nice person either, Dave. I think they've just met the matches in two different ways. So I am just not interested. But also, Brad doesn't get off, Dave, because he is a fucking bellend as well. He's got all the looks and no fucking brains, that man. He's an absolute dick. Anyway, I'm coming in hot today, so there you go.
They are just a batch, just a gaggle of See You Next Tuesdays.
Yes.
So, I mean, we can dig deeper. I think I don't know where you're coming from really with Chloe. I haven't seen a lot from Chloe to warrant that response initially. I think Faye is a bit annoying. She's got all the characteristics. She thinks she's the fittest person in the room, and she's put out, her nose is properly put out if anyone dares to even question that. But fucking hell, Chris, Brad is a fucking idiot. And we said, didn't we, yesterday, that he's not going to get off, with doing the old snogging Faye as the person he's least attracted to. I still think, I don't think he was trying to be disrespectful and hurtful, and whoever you snogged, they're not going to feel great about it. But the fact is, he fucking picked her on day one. And then suddenly she's now bottom of the pile. So, and I think, he's a Geordie lad, isn't he? He'll have forgotten about it by the morning. Well, she won't have, will she? There's no way she's going to hold that against him for the remainder of their time in the villa. And, he's just ultimately fucking really naive, I think. I think he's never had to work for it. He's got no chat whatsoever. He's got no brains, it seems. And, I think he's exhausting all of his opportunities, I think. And I don't know how long he's going to be around because, he's blown it with Faye. I don't think there's anything with him and Chloe. She's having a conversation and all he's talking about is like, me and the lads, we go down and have a coffee. It's like she even says in the VT, doesn't she? That he's not asked me a single question. He's just talking about himself constantly. Class A fucking narcissist behavior, isn't it? Yeah. And he came in with that kind of shy demeanor. He's like, I'm not very successful with the ladies or anything. Yeah, fuck off. You know exactly what you're doing. So he's my public enemy number one at the minute. I don't particularly like Faye either because she's got that kind of I'm better than you kind of attitude. But Brad's top of the list for me.
Well, I do agree that I think Brad is the bad guy in this. I just think Chloe and Faye are just playing Love Island. They want to be in there for as long as they can, and that's proven a bit later on when I want to talk a bit more about Faye. Brad, for me, is up his own arse, Dave. He absolutely has this thing. And I think it was Lauren who said it on Discord tonight. She actually said he never had to try, basically. He's just lazy because of his looks and that. He's got him all the women and all the attention he needs. He's never had to graft for anything. And I think that's what's showing because for me, he's got no personality at the moment. He really hasn't. He might be a lovely lad, but everything I'm seeing is just negative with him. I'm like, I don't know what you want. They might not be the right people for you, these ladies, but at least fucking have a go. You know what I mean? At least do something. I've not seen anything other than moan, say like every other fucking word, and lie on a bed, Dave. So very strange character.
You know what? In a way, he kind of reminds me of Callum from the last season.
Yes, good call. Good call.
Yeah, he was the one who'd like slept with over 100 women, but claimed to never have had a girlfriend. And I think the same might be true of Brad, where he'll have these brief encounters with people, but then they actually wake up and try and have a conversation with him, and then it's like the lights are on, but no one's home, so I'm going to leave you to it. So I don't know if I think good looks can only get you so far in this game, can't it? I don't know how long Brad's going to stick around, to be honest.
No, I think you're right. He might end up getting voted off, Dave, and at the moment he deserves to. I think he's just offering nothing. I think it's a strange one. It really is a strange one. But I tell you what, it's a strange one, Dave, and I like the way I segued into that, Mr. Horrocks, is what's got Aaron and Sharon. Now, that's a great name, Aaron and Sharon. That should be in a Mark III Ford Escort, Dave, on the top there with the names on the sun visors. But I've not seen that spark. But I tell you what, look good together, Dave. Very good together. And that kiss seemed really, really genuine, to be fair. So I was pleased to have given Sharon a right load of aggro, and I got plenty of online stick when I said, I'm quite pleased for him. But I was quite happy with that. They looked quite genuine, and Aaron admitted to her she was the one that he was after, but she didn't step forward for him. So good. That could be the making of a proper good couple there, Dave.
Well, let's see. I do think there was genuine chemistry. You know, if you do the old put the names together, well, it is just Sharon, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can't get a better amalgamation of names, I don't think. I think they've got off to a good start. They seem to have that chemistry there. Their energies seem to balance each other out far better than, say, Sharon and Hugo say. And I don't know. I think Aaron has from what I saw tonight, he has the right blend of listening, doing a bit of chasing, but letting Sharon talk a lot as well. So I think they might get on quite well.
No, I do. And look, sometimes they're the best couples, Dave. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones that make it. Look at Shanice and Luke T, I think it is. They're still together, Dave. Totally unlikely couple. Yeah. She was really standoffish. She was dead, a bit like Sharon. She was a bit up herself at the start, and it might have been nerves, and she had like high expectations for a partner, but they're still together. They're good TikTokers as well. And in the end, he's a lovely guy and she's a lovely girl, to be fair. I didn't like her at the start, but as it went on, perfect. I know they didn't win it. Oh, they did. Did they win it? I think they did. They win it? No, they didn't win it. They didn't win it, but good couple, Dave.
Wasn't that Paige and Finn's season?
Oh, yeah. They're still together, though, to be fair.
Yeah. They were on the official podcast the other day. Yeah,
they're still together. But I'll tell you what, though, Dave, how much makeup has Sharon got on? You know what I mean? Like poor Aaron was covered in it, wasn't he? And she was laughing about that. But I think we touched on something quite thingy, because she said her dad was ginger, and Sam noticed it. She was like, "Oh, she's got lovely freckles." I think she covers her freckles and that, because maybe it's the sun as well. So like, because she's fair. She said about her mum's Asian descent, isn't she? So she's Asian herself. So, and her dad's obviously English. He's got that Celtic in him if he's got ginger in him. So quite an interesting combination. But no, she shouldn't be afraid of that. And look, I'm not going to shit on her anymore, Dave. She's gone in my good books actually after tonight, to be fair.
Does this mean the reality radar is a little bit off?
Well, the thing is, Dave, I make the reality radar. So if I'm off, I'm just blaming on everyone else.
Oh, dear. Now, Chris, one of the couples, I mean, there aren't many, but from day one, they've been together and they've been on kind of a linear upward curve, haven't they? So Jake and Liberty, they've been getting on really well. And they do actually share a bit of a kiss tonight, don't they?
They do, Dave. And look, you know that it's serious because they're talking about sex positions. He's telling her about scissors and how she does. And she's like, "What's that?" And he's trying to show her what scissors positioning. But Dave, he does the ultimate thing when you are calm and
very relaxed.
Very relaxed with your partner. He breaks wind, Dave, and nearly killed her. So that could have been a short relationship. But obviously, women don't do that, Dave. So it doesn't matter.
He's on a high protein diet, isn't he? He's plenty of steak and stuff. So that would have been meaty.
Well, been there, Dave. And protein shakes are deadly. So I get it. But that's where you relax in that relationship. And it always makes me laugh, though, because obviously I know it's not gentleman-like and all that stuff, Dave, but it's just a human, it's human nature, Dave. It's part of your body, it's your anatomy, it's biology. But women obviously don't do that, Dave, because, they're morally outraged. It's puffs of smoke, puffs of flowers in the air when they do it. So
smells of roses. But the thing is, Chris, he could have waited to fucking week 2, I think there is a little bit, he could have waited. And I just remember, because she was saying, oh, I could taste it in my mouth. And he's like, oh, you can chew on that,
They are definitely boyfriend and girlfriend.
Exactly.
And the best is when I do it in bed, and then I'll go, oh, it's the spring, and Sam goes, we haven't got fucking springs in the bed, you dick. And I'm like, oh yeah. It's memory foam. Like, oh right, yeah. It was the dog. Well, George gets blamed for everything in this house, Dave.
But she said, did she say it was like one of her top 5 worst farts she's ever smelled or something like that? And I remember, right, there was this flight. I can't remember. I think we were going to Benidorm, and I ended up getting one of these last minute deals and ended up getting a flight out from Newcastle. We're flying back into Manchester, but out from Newcastle for some bizarre reason. So really tiny little airport it is, and flew out there. But I just remember being on the coach the other side, and this guy behind just fucking dropped his guts, and it was the worst thing I've ever smelled in my life. And I just remember him going, well, they will give us peas on the plane, like.
Oh my God.
I'm like, peas do that to you? Fuck me. Are you sure it's not like the 5 bottles of Newcastle brown ale you've had? It was fucking rank. It hung around the whole coach for the whole duration. I was traumatized by it.
I've got a story, and it involves myself about my own body owners. So we were in the old house. We were having I was doing the rewiring, so I was changing all the lights and stuff. And obviously, I am a qualified electrician, but I've just never kept up with the legislation, so I can't do it as a job unless I go back to college and sort of finish off some of these courses. So I had no multimeters or anything. I'm just changing what I see, So you've got live, neutral, earth, just swapping them over, dead easy and all that. I always do stuff, put lights up and that. Sometimes you've got a switch cable will be in there, so you have 2 reds. So in the old house, it was dead old school. It had string on some of the upstairs in the bedrooms, instead of a switch, it was like a string, drawstring to turn the lights on. So in the bathroom, and I'm like, we're getting the bathroom done. And I'm like, right, I'll change it to some proper LED lights in the bathroom, some waterproof ones, open up the ceiling rows. And there was I'm not joking, about 4 lots of wires plugged into these 3 earth, neutral and live. And I'm like, holy shit. And I couldn't get them in the holes. I knew that some of them were dead, but they were together. So it started off where I tried it once. I turned on upstairs, the kitchen lights come on, and everywhere I did, it was like a comedy. You turn downstairs on, the bedroom come on. That was the centralized ring for the whole house, the junction box. And I didn't have any electrical testing stuff to see where the wires were going. So I rang up Sam's uncle and I said, are you coming? Can you come round with your stuff? And he's an electrician years ago, so he still has all the stuff. He comes round, you know him, Dave. He comes round.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I had the ceiling undone and I'd been in the loft and there was a bloody bird's nest in there that I'd had to get rid of at some point. It was old, there was nothing in it, but it was just there. They'd obviously got in the eaves of the house. So I got rid of that and I've got the whole of you can see up into the loft. I only go on the toilet, Dave. Well, we'd obviously had a curry or something the night before. It was disgusting. He only knocks as I'm fucking finishing on the toilet. You know, when you say, give it 5, let me spray, I'll leave the windows open. He comes up the stairs, goes, I've got to go. I don't know if he had something on. He rushes up the stairs. He comes in there. He nearly collapsed, went, oh my God, what did I do? the fucking birds up there. It's disgusting. Oh, you want to smell it up there, right?
Fucking birds.
Birds, right? He still goes, I just panics because I'm thinking, we all do it. It all smells. But he was just like, the birds. And he's going, fuck me, you better get in the loft, right? So as he comes down, Sam went, the fucking birds. She went, don't you mean it was you? And that I've never lived it down ever. He always goes on about the birds, Dave.
When you headed up to the loft, I don't know why. I've just got in my mind the scene from Only Fools and Horses where they're trying to hold on to the chandelier.
The thing is, Dave, it's like 15 years ago, and it's still a topic of conversation in the family. It's just like, do you remember the birds, Chris? And I go, fuck off, because I absolutely panicked. I just panicked. It's like, anybody goes in the toilet like that straight after, he's going to be like, can you give it 5? He had to go in there. He had his fucking shirt up over his nose, Dave. His fingers there trying to work out with a multimeter. I had to hold the one end of the multimeter while he was trying to work out what was live. So
most
bad.
blokes would just be the other way. In fact, with your mischievous nature, Chris, I'm surprised you didn't say, can you come in there? Can you just check out the bathroom, please?
Well, the best one that that is something that you. I'm not even going to go down the route of my family, Dave. I'm the oldest of 9, aren't I? So the stuff that we used to get up to is horrendous. Let's not go down that route. But anyway, moving on, Dave. I'm digging a hole for myself.
So, Chris, what do you reckon to a few sparks between? See what I did there?
Yep.
Between Hugo and Faye.
Fake as fuck, Dave. Fucking Faye is just bullshit. That fucking VT thing she did. Oh, he's career driven. I really, really like men. Oh, he's great.
He's a fucking PE teacher.
Fuck off. He puts cones out and makes them do sprints up and down a fucking field. Come on. I mean, look, there is opportunities in the UK education. He could move up to be like head of PE as well. And he's good money. Don't get me wrong. He's on more than I'm on. But the way she said it, I was like, oh my God, you are so fake. And she's giving this whole speech about what a good guy, and he is a good guy. I'm not doubting Hugo, but he's getting with nobody. And she's like, oh yeah, could be interested. Next minute, Dave, Liam and Chuggs appear. Who the fuck's Hugo? Hugo? Don't know who you mean. Oh, I'll go on a date with them. Yeah, and Hugo shits his pants, but he's got no chat, Dave. He's got no chat at all. He is... I feel sorry for him. He's a lovely lad, but he's just got nothing about him at the moment. He seems very, very shy.
For me, Chris, he is an amalgamation. He kind of looks a little bit like Gareth from The Office, and his personality is a little bit David Brent.
Yeah.
I just think like the awkward off time singing, and he's trying to be really outgoing and stuff.
Get the guitar, Dave.
He's trying to be funny. Yeah, go get the guitar.
Get the guitar.
Who's the Cuban leader?
Ben Sauce.
Honestly, watch it tomorrow, and I'll be surprised if he completely changes. But I just watching it last night, because I had to watch it a bit later than you guys. I was recording, wasn't I? So I only jumped in late. But he's just got those Brent mannerisms. But he's got kind of the body shape of Gareth, and all I can think of is Gareth at Chasers, at the nightclub. So that's Hugo for me.
Dave, I love that. I love the Gareth. You know what? I didn't even think about I didn't even think about the Gareth reference, but it's just I'm not going there if you don't wear a condom. Okay?
No, if you do go all the way with him, make sure he wears a condom. If you expect me to go down there.
Dave,
what was the other one in Chases? He was saying to the girls, like, he was going, they have all sorts of different flavors for condoms now, don't they? Strawberry and curry.
Curry.
Do you like curry?
Oh my God, that is amazing. So Dave, we get the two guys, so we get Chuggs and we get Liam, and Hugo knows Chuggs. Bit of bullshit, really, straight away. And we had the hashtag scrum, didn't we? So they picked Faye and who went on the other day, Dave? It was Faye and was it Sharon? No, was it Sharon? Who went,
Sharon.
It was Sharon. We were watching it and Sam picked up on this. You know, when they were sat at the tables and obviously the girls all get dressed up and everything and they're looking nice and that. And the guy, look, I said about Chuggs, he isn't going to be here long. Come across, Dave, proper, he's definitely been to private school, this kid. He's got a lot of...
I think, Chris, if there is a demographic for the people who listen to our podcast, so this one, VHS Strikes Back, Back to the Office, I think it's Chuggs. I think he's exactly the sort of listener, went to Oxford, plays a bit of rugger, Chris, has a bit of a rummage in the pantry with the other boys. I just
fucking hell, Dave.
Absolute tough. I don't like him.
No, he's not. He's the sort of guy who played rugby with Prince Harry and stuff, Dave. Prince William.
He's fucking right in the back pocket of Boris.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember me and Chuggs. Good old Chuggs.
I've got a bad impression of Boris, actually, Dave. Well, stayed home. Good. Right, come on. That's it. I'm not doing it. I was just going fucking slayed. I nearly went into it, but don't go to work. Go to work. If you don't, right, come on. Move on, Dave. No, move on. You're the impressionist. I am not the impressionist. This
we probably should stay clear of the whole eat out to help out thing.
Hancock. So anyone who's listening is like, what are they talking about? Matt Hancock is the health secretary who is the main guy for the last 16 months to deal with the injections for Pfizer, AstraZeneca, everything to do with COVID. Absolute arsehole. From the minute I met him, I never liked him. Dead smarmy. What's he just done? He's had to resign because he got literally caught with his pants down. The video is freely available on Twitter of Matt Hancock and his advisor, and I'm quoting there, and he's got a hand all over her ass, all over her. He's now left his missus, resigned from the government, and it's like, you hypocrite, because people have just lost. So that's what we're talking about. So in the UK, there's been so many gifs and everything about Matt Hancock, and we can't even put them on the page, people, trust me. But that's what we're in reference to.
But so before we went off on that tangent, Chris, you were going to say about Chuggs.
Oh yeah, so Chuggs, he gives a little bit to Faye, and she's flutting her eyelids, and it's sort of like, who? Hugo? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
he's gone, fucking gone. See you later, mate. He's gone. But I don't think there was anything between them. But for me, this is where Faye, and this is what I was talking about at the top of the show, Faye is absolutely played a blinder. She's going with Hugo because she thinks, right, hang on, recoupling, put that carrot there. He picks me. I get to stay a bit longer. Hopefully someone comes in. That is the Love Island gamble that you play. We know how Love Island works. Faye gets with Liam and it's sort of like, see you later, Hugo. He's, as I just said, he's gone and all that stuff. But it just showed the manipulation of Love Island. So she completely played Hugo to hopefully get his vote to then stay in a bit longer, hoping she gets someone else. But the name of the game is she gets with Liam. Liam will be immune, Dave, whoever he's with from recoupling. They're okay for a bit longer. So clever game. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but Faye was taking the moral high ground with a few people. And I think tonight it exposed that she was just doing Love Island. I can't say, because I think Chloe's exactly the same at the moment. And Brad, I don't know what fucking day he's on, but I can see it a mile off. And this is Chris's reality radar. He's back on this one. I know I've got called out for my predictions, Dave, but yeah, I'm saying it now that she's going to get with Liam for the simple reason she gets to stay in the house a bit longer, or the villa.
I don't think that's a radar thing. I think it's just the thing is with Love Island and the whole format, you need to get to the end. You need to be the winning couple, but sometimes it just means staying in the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And, if you kind of bat your eyelids at Hugo, well, he's getting nowhere with Sharon, getting nowhere with Chloe, Kaz. He's getting nowhere with anyone. So, of course, it makes sense to, bat your eyelids at him and you're going to be safe for another recoupling. So, I I think the thing I prefer about this game is that it is a game, and the winner gets, what is it, 50 grand or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a game. So I don't think she's doing anything wrong there. I think she is absolutely playing the game. She's absolutely playing Hugo, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
No. Hey, it's Love Island Day. That's what makes the show, doesn't it? At the end of the day, you get to that point where you can either keep the money or not. What I will say, and Sam spotted this and I didn't, and missed I've done a little bit of TV there, should have spotted it. Did you not notice when it was Sharon and Chuggs were talking how Faye and Liam weren't, and they were doing like the old Coronation Street fake talking? And it showed, I don't know if you noticed that. I didn't see it. Sam was like, what's this? And I was like, what? So we rewound it and I was like, oh, you're fucking right. So they're talking, Chuggs and Sharon, and you see that Liam and Faye like looking at each other doing the old fake mumbling, but not even talking at one point. He kept going back to him. And I was like, wow, that is fucking terrible. They're obviously cutting this 3 or 4 times. So if we see that again, watch it. They don't usually do that. They usually just show the tables and cut it in and edit it in so it looks like the conversations are flowing like a sort of speed dating type thing. But it was so fake that day. You have to, anyone who's not watched, or anyone who's watched it, if you've got it recorded, just see that little bit. Because I was like, oh my God, that is terrible.
I wonder if they've got as much of a crew there as they normally have.
You could be right.
With it being, COVID restrictions and whatever. And so you just probably get these little things which are a bit sloppy. People should be picking them up and don't. I wonder if it's something like that. Could
be. I like to say I'm taking the mick, but that could be one of the reasons, to be fair, because nothing's been lifted properly, has it? So they must be on a skeleton staff because of the quarantining and being away from your families. Yeah. You can't go working there for a week or so because you've got to come back and quarantine at the moment. They're not on the green list, Spain and that. So yeah, that's a good point. As much as I'm saying it's just a daft observation. So I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow, Dave. That's just going to be great. I really am interested in that.
No, because I think it's another recoupling tomorrow, isn't it? So, yes. Like you say, they do change the rules. I mean, it's not exactly the same each time, is it? Usually, the new people coming in are exempt from the, getting booted out or whatever. We did see Shannon unexpectedly get booted out. Lots of different theories. We spoke about them yesterday about why that was. So yeah, will Faye go with Liam that she's obviously got a bit of chemistry with, or will she go, keep Hugo in maybe? I don't know which way that's going to go. But I tell you what, I think Liam will do all right in there. I don't know about Chuggs. But I mean, at 6'6", I think Jake should stay away from him, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he's a big
about
lad.
5'5". So
he's a monster, Dave. A monster. He's only 21. He's a monster of a lad. Him.
I bet he plays a bit of rugby as well. I'd have thought.
Yeah. He's got big feet as well, Dave. So anyway, Dave, we have breaking news about our Patreons as well. So we have another new Patreon, Dave. So thank you. We have the wonderful Susan Monk who's joined us, Dave. So big thank you, Susan, for joining us. And she's going to join over on our Discord channel as well. So we've got Susan, we've got Hennessy Green, we've got Hayley, we've got Tracy, we've got Lauren, Lucky Lulu Green, and Ken Gustafson. So thank you guys, as always, an ever-growing list, and we really appreciate all your support. Big thanks to our great friend Charlene over on Facebook again, just managing and running that for us. Get over there, guys. Chris and Dave's TV Reality Cast. And if you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com, or if you want to follow us on social media @cdrealitycast. And a big shout out, Dave, to one of the OGs, and she was laughing with me on Twitter saying, one of the OGs, the wonderful Agnes Fraser, Dave, she's back on board. She said she's so glad that she's got us listening to our podcast again, and she said, she can't wait to tell her the kids that she teaches that she's one of the OGs because she is. So big thank you, Agnes. We don't forget that from when we were the Love Island cast. You were one of the originals on Twitter with us, so thank you.
Yeah. Someone else, Chris, down with the kids there.
Exactly. Hip, Dave. Hip hop. The hip hop. The hip hop. You don't stop. I used to know all the words to that, Dave. We used to do that one in the band. But there you go.
I do love that Dr. Evil bit. I'm hip. I'm fun. Duck, 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 duck.
All right, Dave. Fucking leave it now. Yeah. Oh, mate, you know what? As much as anything, I love talking to you every day. I know we talk anyway every fucking day, and we record every day anyway, but this is just our baby for me. This is fucking brilliant. So,
no, it is.
Thanks, mate. And I'm so glad that we're just doing the usual and just, you know, we had this dead serious chat about we can't do this. We just can't sustain it every day. But we're here and we're fucking doing it, people. So let's see how far we get, Dave.
Yeah, I said, didn't I? We're hurtling towards the end of a cliff, and we kind of know it's coming. And I think right now, you know, it's week 1, isn't it? So the wheels have just left the end of the cliff.
Yeah. Hopefully we pick a glider up or something as we go over there, or a parachute. But yeah, let's see.
Hopefully Jake's around and get a nice, good gust of wind.
That's true. Well, Mr. Horrocks, I will see you tomorrow, my friend.
Bye now.